Hey, what's going on guys? It's Alex here from Simple Mods and welcome back to another video. Intel's new Kaby Lake architecture is finally here, introducing the new 7th gen Intel Core CPUs, and with that we have some new motherboards and I have the full ROG range here. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so I'm splitting up these videos a bit and by the looks of it, I think this is probably the last one I will upload, so I'll probably be repeating myself a little bit by now, especially if you guys have watched all the other videos. But this is the ASUS ROG Strix Z270G gaming motherboard, so it is the only m-atx variant out of all these motherboards that I've been taking a look now from the ROG range for the new Z270 Kaby Lake range. So here's the motherboard in here, and I'm just going to put it aside for now. I'll take a quick look at what comes inside the box. So similar with all the other ones, you'll get the ROG coaster. You will get the 20% off CableMod cables. Now this will come with all of the Z270 ASUS motherboards, so you will get a 20% off CableMod cables coupon, so you can use that online. So here's the code right there. If you guys want to use it, whoever gets to use it first, feel free to. And yeah, just a fun fact, I've probably said this again, the actual, just something that I'm very proud of, so that's why I keep mentioning it. So the actual photo in here, this one, as well as this one on this side, is actually something that I took for CableMod, and to be included in all of the ASUS motherboards worldwide is definitely a huge thing. So yeah, you will get your ROG cable labels, you will get the driver's disc, and again with this one there's no badge in there. Then you will get some stickers. So these ones probably be nice to put on a fan or something like that, and the rest, everything on here is a sticker. Then you get your Z270G gaming user guide, so you'll find everything you need about the motherboard in there. Let's take a look what comes underneath. So this one also has some 3D printing mounts, so you get some screws for that. This looks like your M.2 screws. Looks like some more M.2 screws, otherwise I'm not sure what they are at this point. And this one also have Wi-Fi, so here's your Wi-Fi antenna. So there's a magnetic one that you can stick to your case, similar to what ASUS have had in the past with other motherboards. You will get 4 SATA cables, so 2 of them will be straight on both ends, and then 2 of them will have a straight end and a 90-degree end. Then you get your CPU mounting installation tool, so if you're not sure how to install a CPU, or if you're worried about bending pins or anything like that, then you can use this tool. You will get a high bandwidth SLI bridge. It's a bit different, so it's a bit smaller because it is an m-atx board, so it's a bit smaller than all the other ones, but nevertheless it will function the same. So it's your HB SLI bridge, so high bandwidth bridge used with the new NVIDIA 10 series cards. You get IO shield, nice and clean, full black. And then finally is your RGB cable. So with this one, the motherboard does have some RGB headers you can connect the RGB LED strips to. So this one will just act as an extension for that, just for your RGB strips. That's pretty much it. So I'll pull out the motherboard and we'll take a quick look at that. Alright guys, here we go. So I have the ASUS Strix Z270G motherboard out. So it is the only motherboard out of all the ones that I'm looking at the moment that is of the m-atx form factor. So again, it does feature the latest Intel Z270 chipset, and it does feature the LGA 1151 socket, so it does feature, it does support the latest 7th gen CPUs as well as the last 6th gen CPUs as well. Now in terms of the design of the motherboards, again, goes for all of these new ASUS ROG motherboards. They do feature quite a nice neutral design, just all black colors and just with some gray features, and then giving you different color options for customization via different RGB features that they offer. Now in terms of this motherboard, the only RGB feature that it does offer is just the ROG logo there. So that one does light up and you can control that with the Aura software. And then of course it does have the 1 and then 2 RGB headers on the motherboard for your RGB LED strips. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The other thing in terms of design for this motherboard, as opposed to all the other ones, is that it does not have a cover for the IO connector. So I think that would have been a really nice addition if we had a cover for this and then feature the same lighting strip that it featured on the Z270E and the Z270F Strix motherboards. Then that definitely would have been really nice. But nonetheless, it's definitely a nice looking motherboard. I've always liked m-atx boards, and this one is definitely really nice. Now in terms of PCIe lanes, so you will have 2 16 lanes and then two 1x lanes. So this one will run at the top one will run at 16x and the bottom one at 8x. So it does support NVIDIA two-way SLI. Now when you are running SLI, they will both run at 8x and 8x. And then it does support the AMD Crossfire as well. And another good thing to note about the 16x PCIe slots is that they are both reinforced with the metal around them, so it gives you a bit more stability once you have a graphics card plugged in there. In terms of memory, it does feature up to 64 gigs of DDR4 memory, and it does support, of course it is dual channel, and it does support speeds up to 4000 megahertz, just with some overclocking there. Now in terms of the M.2s, you will have an M.2 just at the bottom here. So this one does feature M.2 drives up to 80 millimeters in length. And then if you see there's just these holes here, that's actually because the other M.2 connector is on the back side. So you can put another M.2 drive on the back side, and then this one will support up to 110 millimeters in length. So that's definitely good. Now in terms of the SATA, as far as I can tell, just because this one is m-atx, it doesn't have another 4x lane at the bottom. Now when you are using just this M.2 here, it will disable your SATA 1 connector. So it'll be just the first SATA connector on there on the side. So that one shares the same bandwidth with that port. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm just going to go just real quickly over the connectors. So of course you've got your standard 8-pin EPS for power. Moving on the side, you have your CPU fan, CPU optional fan. Then you have your RGB header, as I pointed out before. Just another a fan connector there. So again, all the fans, same with all the other ASUS motherboards from the ROG Z270 range, will feature PWM control. You have your standard 24-pin connector. You will have that same USB 3.1 front panel connector. This one, there's not many cases that will be able to take advantage of this at the moment. However, there are cases that are coming out, if not out already, from Inwin and Lian Li that will take advantage of this new USB 3.1 front panel connector. Moving down from that, you will have your SATA ports. Like I said before, 6 SATA 3 ports on there. Then just below that's all your front panel connectors, another fan connector, USB 3.0, USB 2.0 front panel connectors, just your last RGB connector there, the other one at the top. And then I believe there's just another cable here, which this one, actually this is a good thing, the other ones do not feature this. This one does feature a water cooling pump header, so with this one you can connect a DDC pump on there, and you can also connect an all-in-one pump or whatever in there from a Corsair H100 or something like that. But definitely the fact that you can power a DDC pump from there is definitely a good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the motherboard, guys. I'm just going to turn around and I'll show you guys a quick look at the rear I/O. Alright guys, so as you can see I have the motherboard just turned on its side just to show you guys a quick look at the rear I/O. So just starting off, you will have your Wi-Fi antenna connectors. So this motherboard does feature wireless AC Wi-Fi, so that's definitely a good thing. Now moving on, just next to that you will have two USB 3.1 connectors. So one is of USB Type A and the other one is of USB Type C variant. Next to that you will have your DisplayPort 1.2 connector and just your HDMI 1.4B connector. Right next to that you will have two USB 2.0 ports, then 4 USB 3.0 ports, your PS2 connector, Intel Gigabit LAN connector, and then all of your audio connectors there. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of this motherboard. Definitely like the look of it. So I guess you can think of the Strix Z270G gaming motherboard from ASUS to replace sort of like your older ROG Gene motherboards, just in the m-atx form factor. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching these videos, guys. If you have been watching all of my ASUS ROG Z270 coverage, I want to thank you very much for being a loyal subscriber. If you are new to the channel, you can go ahead and check out those other videos if you are interested in seeing some of the other newer Z270 motherboards from ASUS. So I do have videos on the other Strix boards, such as the Z270E and the Z270G, as well as the Maximus 9 Hero, the Code, and the Formula motherboards as well. And I should have some other ones up as well, such as the new Tough Mark 1 Z270 board, and other ones as well as soon as they become available. So yeah, this is not something I usually feature. So if you have been following my channel, or if you've been following me on Facebook on my page, Simple Mods, you will know that I like to do a lot of custom builds. So I like to showcase components in all my custom builds, but definitely videos like this, taking a look at components, small little reviews and overviews is definitely something that I do want to look at for the future. So if you guys enjoy this content, or if you enjoy my other content, then definitely subscribe. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.